Devin, world's first AI software engineer, is finally launched. If you don't remember about Devin, so you might know about this guy. So this guy in March 2024, this year, like almost 9 months ago, this guy announced Devin, world's first AI software engineer, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, I mean, software engineers are going to be replaced. So then after that, there was a complete silence, but there was a news that Devon raised, I think, $190 million at a valuation of 2 billion US dollars. So right now, this company values at 2 billion US dollars. So after that, there was no any further updates on Devon. So very recently, they have now launched Devon publicly for everyone to use. The problem is pricing. So Devon is available right now at $500 per month for everyone to use. I don't think any sane person or anyone would actually like to pay this much to like have AI bot, because okay, so difference about Devon is different. Its interface is different. You can actually install Devon and integrate Devon right inside your Slack, and then you can ask Devon the way we actually do ask to any of our engineer. We can ask Devon to like make changings to certain GitHub repository, so we can actually connect it with the GitHub repository, and then we can ask it to make changings. But the problem is it's not really perfect. I mean, I didn't buy this subscription, but there are some YouTubers who did buy. So you might be aware of this guy. He's very famous. He did a complete 1 hour session about the entire thing, and even Devon actually failed at very basic task. And then there is another review by this guy. So these two are actually the best ones so far that I have watched. So this guy actually reviewed Devon as well. He asked it to like clone a GitHub repository and then make some changes into code, and Devon did that, and then it got stuck in some points. So yeah, I mean, you can watch both of these videos if you want to like have an actual insights about how it is like using Devon. But it has Slack interface, and then it just like Cursor or just like any other AI code editor, it can actually start hallucinating as well. But if you see from its home page, so it has like its own shell, it has its own browser, it has its own editor, and it has its own planner. So inside planner, if whenever you ask something to Devon to do something, so it will just like plan it properly first of all, step by step. Then it will, if it needs to search about something, it will go to browser itself and then search about that particular thing. And then if there is any like anything needs to be installed, it will just use shell. And if there is any like changings needed to be made inside code, so it will just do that inside editor. So yeah, I mean, it has all of that functionalities, but the only problem is pricing. So I have a solution for that. There is an open source alternative of Devon. So that open source alternative of Devon is this open hands. So you can just go to GitHub and look for this GitHub repository, or just simply search on Google or look for open hands, and then look for this GitHub repository. So this GitHub repository is comparatively very similar to Devon, and then you can actually run it, and then its interface is kind of like similar to Devon, so you can use that. I haven't tried it yet. I'll actually create a separate video about that, but you can try it if you want to try. So yeah, so this is an open source alternative if you want to try Devon. But this guy especially, he does a comparison between Cursor and Devon, and then according to him, by the way, he's a CEO of Builder.io, so he's a he's a known person. So according to him, if you want like an actual control on your project, if you like if you're serious about your development, so you should use Cursor rather than Devon. But the difference between Devon is it acts as a robot. It acts as a like an AI agent, an AI bot that does work based on whatever you ask it to do. In terms of Cursor, we have to like do it ourselves. I mean, we still a human is still in loop inside Cursor, but in Devon it's more like more automatic and less involvement of human. But yeah, that's actually a negative point that this guy actually said that that you should have like more control over your code base. So also, I mean, I'm not being funny, but I have been hiring people all my life. I mean, I have hired more than I think 300, 400 people by now in my entire life. So we can still hire for this budget for $5 for $500 per month. I can still hire like really good programmer back home in maybe India or in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in Vietnam, I can really, I mean, I still have like some developers working on some projects, so I still like have a remote team, so I pay them less than that. Seriously, I mean, the people are happy with that, and that's actually the standard rate. I mean, if you want to hire anyone, any developer for full time, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, even on weekends as well, people are happy to work on this budget. Happily, like people will work for $500 a month. I mean, I don't know if you have hired someone or not, but you can simply just hire that from Upwork or Fiverr, or even simply just from LinkedIn. So it's good to have a human software engineer rather than having a human software engineer with cursor rather than having Devin. So right now, until unless this pricing comes down maybe to $30, $50, so I'm not. I don't see any benefit of using Devin so far in production into our actual projects, like in a serious use case. So yeah, I think we should try open hands. I'll actually try open hands as well, and if I'll see like if it can like replace cursor, or if it is like a good alternative of Devin. So I hope you really like this video. I see you next video. Bye bye.